Okay, well, I'm just having a look around, and basically what I started off doing is looking what hats could be wore with my Engie, and just looking for. I just want to get a ultimate and different kick-ass effect for my Engie. And yeah, just imagine I had all the money in the world. Maybe I do, who knows? But at the end of the day, I just want to get an effect for the Engie which is completely unique and is different. Um, I guess the question is which is a sort of which hats are the sine qua non? I mean, of an Engie. I mean, a Texas Gallon or a hat with no name, a pencil pusher. Um, these are all great hats to put with it. Again, I'm not really sort of there. I mean, the Bandito is pretty good. Flash of Inspiration is a classical elite hat. That's a steaming effect. Steaming off the brain. That's a nice NG effect. Um, Towering pillars of hats, very popular. I mean, you could almost put a nuts and bolts effect there because an NG is in fact a nuts and bolts. So that's a strange one. So we'll let you count your kills. This executioner's hood is interesting. Kilowatt's a good thing, and the engineer's an electrical beast, and Des President. So, I mean, the this is a strange, unusual executioner. It's kilowatt, and I guess the thing about it is you can put it with other unusuals. So that shows me a little bit of interest. So I'm trying to make a triple effect. And it's not a bad price really for, I mean, kilowatt is not a bad effect. Now, I guess the thing is we're trying to get a triple effect. The key to the triple effect is getting some miscs. Um, and we're just making a new one. Well, I mean, the galvanized gibbous, what effect is that? Searing plasma. I mean, it's okay, I guess, but it's kind of expensive for that. I want to pie. I really don't think these things want to represent the engineering sort of. It's not really doing the engineering type thing for me. So, I mean, platypuses are nice, but they're more Eldritch Fame and Ancient Eldritch. I mean, not really an engineer hat. I mean, the plumber's cap could be an engineer hat. I mean, Searing Plasma is a nice one. Purple Energy is a freaking superb hat. It's a lovely Mario sort of wow wow wow, wow, wow hat. Unusual Kingdom War is pretty boogie, but Bubbling and Cloud9, maybe I've just been spoilt, but yeah, I wouldn't really go there for that. Um, so that Executioner's hood shows a little bit of promise there. The Polar Pullover, um, that is an effect that can be bought with other hats. And if I'm trying to get an NG effect, um, Dead Presidents, Aces High, Dead Presidents, it's more like a gambling sort of spy effect. The Smoky Sombrero, well, he's a Texan, he might want to wear that. Oh, and the Nether Trail, Cloud9, Nether Trail, Terawatt, Purple Confetti, Nuts and Bolts. So that's in Nuts and Bolts as well. So I guess there's some interesting effects there. That the previous one that had the purple energy on, I mean, there's some antlers there, unusual antlers, and they're a misc, as you know. TF2 circling logo, $800? No freaking way. Stormy Storm, no freaking way. Would you? Yeah, kilowatt was. Now, why would you go for circling TF2 logo when you could go for kilowatt down here? Nuts and bolts. I mean, steaming. Dead presidents, steaming, kilowatt, nuts and bolts, kilowatt. I mean, there's a voice from below one, but I mean these are, they're a decent slug, but they're part of a way in which you can make an unusual combination. A Bedouin bandana, purple confetti, no, and the other effect is just searing plasma. And, you know, interesting, but not really the sine qua non of a. I mean, the sheriff's Stetson in kilowatt or steaming, stormy storm, probably kilowatt because it's electrical. It is electrical, and that is what the engineer is. A phononaut, subatomic, subatomic. I guess the root of I want to get an engineering loadout which will be memorable and unmistakably recognisable. The executioners. Let's have a look. The executioners. I'll talk at the top end. What's this one? Oh, come on. That's frostbite. Phosphorus. Frostbite's an interesting effect. You don't see it all the time. Haunted ghosts. Steaming. Searing plasma. What's frostbite worth again? Whew. Blizzardy storm. Tesla coil. That is very electrical. Terawatt. That's electrical. Smoking. Disco beatdown. Blizzardy storm. Terawatt. Kilowatt. Confetti, kilowatt, aces high, dead presidents, nuts and bolts. I mean, that Tesla coil, one of these looks okay too. So what I'm trying to think is if we can make this into a gift from President George W. Bush. Yeah, right. Um, okay, so I guess I'm trying to synthesize how I want to do this triple effect. Um, the Texas gallon, bubbling, confetti, no. Searing plasma, no. You want it sort of electrical sort of effect. Smoking, well, I guess smoking and electricity could go together. Um, confetti, smoking, mass rise, circling hearts. It's got some spell on it, but it's not really what I want. I want an engineer hat. Stormy 13th hour. Well, that's interesting. That is an interesting hat. So there's two 13th hours on the market. Wow. That's pretty fucking cool. Um, the Brotherhood of Arms is a scout hat. I mean, they say it's multi-class, but I like it for scout. Um, and that's the unusual execution as we talked about. So, I guess my shopping expedition. I've looked at a couple of hats. Oh, somebody's telling me there's a nasty rumor. There's a nebula effect around. Oh man, and it's an engineer, and you saw it. It was an Engie. Okay, yeah. Okay, so let's have a look here. I'm being briefed that there might actually be an Engie hat. It was one of those alien invasion. I guess if we go to the alien invasion, let's have a look and see. Collection. Come on, man! It's been so glitchy today. Oh, the whole system has frozen up. Holy shit, man. Come on. Come on, let me go back. Okay, maybe go back. Go back. I'm frozen in time. Okay, I'll come back to this when I get an unstuck piece. It seems I've gone back to the quarantine collection, and it seems that someone was telling me the truth. There is a nebula effect for sale, but like OMG, that's a nebula effect. I can't even see it without going to the buy section. That's nebula. That's a nebula effect. That is not. I mean, I don't imagine there's that many of them. It's a fairly cool effect. Chicken's got a nebula spaceman. That's a terawatt, 13th hour. But it's 13th hours. I mean, this is coming out. It's an expensive one they want. It's a, I mean, that's pretty good. I mean, I could see that on the engineer because, oh shit, there's another nebula. Holy fuck, and another nebula. Oh my god, fucking three nebulas. I just screamed myself. Abduction's not bad either. Uh, insomnia. Oh man. Oh man. Oh man. But the nebula effects. They're fucking wicked effects. Let's just make sure no one slipped up or send the nebula further down. I mean, but nebula is one of the best effects, man. It is so fucking hot, man. That's the best nebula. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll probably end up buying that nebula, and then we're going to come back and have another look at this sort of stuff anyway. Okay, well we got the nebula. Now the other thing we're going to have a look now is the virtual viewfinder, and my hope is that we can get something. I mean, technically speaking, you know, the virtual viewfinder nuts and bolts does actually go with the engineer, but you know, the electrical stuff, terawatt. I mean, terawatt's okay. I mean, the other terawatt, there's one for 322 and there's one for 288, so it's a bit of difference. And Death at Dusk, I mean, Death at Dusk is going to be so fucking god tier. That terawatt's not bad. I guess the question is, do we do nuts and bolts as an effect? And yeah, nuts and bolts, it is definitely a themed. It is definitely themed. Oh god, I'm gonna flip a freaking coin over this and I'll buy one and you'll be surprised. Ha 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 ha. Okay, we're coming back to effect building and these are the items that we've acquired. We have new items, well do I know that. This is a virtual viewfinder in terawatt, which I think was good. This is a Tesla Core executioner I saw, which is good and it's engineer themed. And this is the nebula, which, I mean, fuck, it's a nebula effect. There was a few on the market, but it is a fucking nebula effect at the end of the day. But the problem is, it actually, I guess we're going to have to open a loadout. We're going to have to go to, we're trying to polish engineers. That is one of my engineers. It's got the vivid plasma there, and the other engineer is that one, which is sort of got his thing. Which engineer am I going to polish? That one's got lots of antlers and lots of effects. This one is just, I mean, that's probably my best engineer that I like. This one here, I'm getting sick of. I do like the 3 chin, but I'm going to try and put in these new effects. So I'm going to try and place that, put this new Tesla coil. So it is electrical. It makes him look like a colossal deviant. The tree chin I'm going to replace. Oh, we can't put a virtual viewfinder on. Oh, that was unanticipated. Okay, we can. Can we put one of the other facial things on? Where are we? Well. phononaut. What's it called? Not phononaut. Translator. Universal translator. We can't. So we're going to have to fucking boot that one off. I do like that effect, and I will be using it on another loadout. But for the time being, you are booted, my friend. So let's go and let's try and get that translator. That's a nebula effect. Oh yeah, baby. Now let's have a look here. The next one here. Again, with a translator, you can't have a viewfinder. So, I mean, I've got a nice viewfinder, but I can't actually use it. So what I'm going to be doing now is look for a triple effect that I want. Now, I was really keen to get a polar pullover and green energy. I guess that might go with it. Oh, it tends to overpower the nebula a bit, but I guess if we move the effects and we move this effect here, adjust unusual, it doesn't really, okay, let's have a look. It's different, I mean, if we can, okay. Now, is there any other unusuals we can put on temporary? Oh, look here. This is the braid. This is vivid plasma. That is not at all what I intended. Oh no. Well, it's actually okay, but yeah. Okay, well that's a triple effect. That's using a nebula coupled with a green energy lower down and uh, the vivid plasma. Let's have a look for another triple effect. I mean, I don't know. The problem is if I want to use nebula with something, it's. I mean, the virtual viewfinder terawatt. Oh, you can use it. So the terawatt. Wow. That is pretty good. I like this. So I guess the brain piece. I hadn't actually thought of using that as a MISC, but I mean I thought of buying that Tesla coil, and I do like the Tesla coil. And as I say, I want to try and use it on another loadout, but that's a molten mallard, and I don't think that would fit at all. There's nothing else. I mean, unusual antlers, morning glory. No, not really. Cloud 9, stormy storm, antifreeze. Antifreeze. Oh, that's a powerful effect, but does it overcome the terawatt? I mean, it certainly is a. Yeah, probably a little bit too powerful. What do you reckon, guys? Yeah, I mean, this is the antifreeze. I mean, you could, I guess, adjust the antifreeze effect and put it further down. Select style, hat or no hat. No hat. Well, that's further down, and then maybe try and adjust this unusual up. So that's at the top. The antifreeze is coming out of his neck. Well, that's interesting. Well, okay, I think I'll keep that loadout for a while because I actually quite like it. If you put it with another unusual effect, I mean, I guess that's an energy orb. You've got another effect there, and the blitzkrieg pistol. I mean, we've got this one here, and the quack canvassed That's a core. I don't know if we have any other unusual wrenches that we'll have to do. But you've got I've got quad effects on all my loadouts. Um, but I mean, I guess that's probably or that one's the nicest sort of combination that you've got. It's got everything. It's got the nebula. So that's the upshot of the acquisitions. I'm going to go and do something. I'm going to try and do something with that Tesla coil because I mean I do like that, and I don't necessarily want to waste that. I guess the question is can it the flash of inspiration and can you put the other hat? I mean, no. It's not a misc. That's a problem with it. Electric love. That's electric love. Um, yeah. Um, that's a good effect. That's a Tesla coupled with the RoboActive and coupled with the Cloud 9. I don't mind that. I'll fly that for a while. I am so not changing you. Actually, that's the Poison Shadows, the Black Hole. I might get rid of that because it's having a Space Shuttle Columbia up your ass does not look good. That's a Vivid Plasma. What happened to my bat? It got glitched, did it? Let's have a look. Nah, nah, nah. Polar pullover. Green energy. Oh, yeah, I guess so. This is a morning glory, a stormy storm, and an antifreeze. So what we do is we're going to move the one of them really up high, one of them in the middle, and one of them really low. So it's hard to appreciate the effect as three antlers on one sort of person. So that's the engineer loadouts, and I've got a couple of interesting acquisitions from the market. The nebula effects are just one of my favourite effects, and I just got so jealous of Chicken having a nebula effect. He had the universe, the Captain Spaceman. That is a bloody good hat because you can wear it with other stuff, and it's a bit like a misc. So it's a hat that I wouldn't mind a nebula myself, but I mean I've got a nebula effect in this, and I think it's something that I'm going to enjoy playing with. Peace.